We see and hear enough to know that sexual harassment in the workplace is a very real issue. However, many of us may not know what actions and behaviors amount to sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment comes in many different forms, and we should be aware that red flags don't always come in the form of physical sexual harassment, which typically are acts that the majority of society understands to be sexual harassment.
Sexual harassment is unwanted conduct of a sexual nature. It includes visual, verbal, gestural, and psychological harassment.
Examples of verbal sexual harassment include making jokes or comments with sexual connotations, calling someone an inappropriate nickname, or making sexually explicit propositions. Visual sexual harassment includes acts like having sexually explicit images as screensavers that can be viewed by other colleagues, posting them on your notice board, or even setting an inappropriate password for a shared office account. Gestural sexual harassment includes making facial expressions, staring, or making sounds in a sexually suggestive manner.
Psychological sexual harassment usually happens when there is an imbalance in power dynamics in the workplace. For example, if it happens between a supervisor and a subordinate. It is for this reason that sometimes the recipient may be hesitant to call out such behavior as sexual harassment, for example, due to fear of retaliation.
Silence does not mean consent, and the fact that the person does not directly object to the behavior does not always mean that the person has consented to harassment. Even if some actions may not be deemed as sexual harassment where the recipient appears to have consented, it could still be a misconduct. It is still inappropriate, obvious behavior. This depends on the context and nature of the relationship, such as between an employee and their supervisor.
Sexual harassment can fall under more than one category or form. It doesn't always fit into a box or stereotype. Sexual harassment isn't just limited to women, it can also happen to men.
Some people may think that they do not have the intention to harass, and because of this, they may not realize that their behavior is offensive. As such, employers should remember that they have a duty under law to investigate complaints of sexual harassment and to ensure a safe working environment for their employees.